Hello, beauties. Welcome to Moms Unboxed, a podcast where I unbox with you the how-tos, tips, and tricks to empower women to upgrade relationships, intimacy, and parenting. I'm your host, Melanie Caroline, a multi-dimensional woman, life coach, lover, and mom who's made a lot of fucking mistakes. If you want to live a sensual and liberated life, you've come to the right space. Don't forget to follow Moms Unboxed because you don't want to miss an episode. Hello, mamas. Thank you for being here for another week of Moms Unboxed. It is so nice to be here with y'all. Let me say, I hope that you're having a good week, and if you're not, I trust that it will turn around for you. Today, I want to talk to you ladies about living in the realm of abundance. I have been having the greatest week. There has been things moving in my life, things shifting, things ending and having a new beginning. I've made bold moves, taken big action. Y'all, I had a burlesque show. I cannot believe it. I have always defined myself as a dancer, and I've always believed that I was a good hip hop dancer. And something happened when I was in junior high that shifted that belief for myself, and I didn't perform in front of anyone or dance in front of anyone. And at the age of 35, I am the youngest I will ever be today, and there's no fucking way that I'm going to continue my life hiding and living in fear. And so I signed up for this burlesque class. I did 6+ weeks of training, learning the steps and the dance moves, and it was amazing to be up there on stage, to have all the hard work and hours that I invested into the dance and the costume, and to finally be there in front of all those people doing the most fucking bravest thing that I have done in a long time. And I loved every bit of it. I felt so much joy. I felt so much gratitude for myself and the other gals that I was doing this with, as well as our teacher. There was so much gratitude. I was in touch with my teen self, and I had limiting beliefs that came up. I had emotions that arised and feelings, and I was there for all of it. I wasn't resistant to any of it. I simply noticed the thoughts. I noticed the sensations. I witnessed myself. I also reassured myself. I allowed all the emotions and feelings to move through me. I moved my body. I danced. I wiggled. I shaked. I fucking wooged out. I did all the things to just be with the energy that I was feeling, the nervousness and the excitement. I was there for all of it. And that's where the zone of abundance is. It's like being grateful that you're having this human experience, that you're there for it, that you're allowing yourself to feel every part of you without shoving one thing or another away. Because no emotion is bad emotion. They're all just you. It's not something that you need to resist or be in fear of experiencing. We just have to let the emotions move through our bodies. And that's what I did the night of the burlesque show. I was like living in that zone of abundance, and I was like, yes, I'm nervous and I'm gonna fucking kick ass. Yes, I could freeze, but I'm not going to. I'm going to move. I'm going to be grateful for the opportunity and all the time I invested into myself in this dance class. I'm going to use that energy and fucking be the proof of concept and do the damn thing. And I did. And when I was there at the show, it was so inspiring to see the other women there doing performances alone by themselves, not with a group of women like I was able to do, but they were there. They showed up. And just like your goal or dream might not be to be a dancer, it might be to be a roller skater. Your dream might be to get a promotion or get into grad school or be the best mom that you can be and be a better spouse, a better communicator, have more patience. Whatever it may be, you have to show up in that abundance to be able to experience the journey from A to Z with gratitude. You want to approach your elevation from a place of curiosity, being really curious about, yes, this is what I'm experiencing, and what does this mean? How are those emotions moving me forward? Oftentimes, when we allow ourselves to experience emotions like anger or grief, and we allow ourselves to cry, to scream, afterwards, there's more room. And suddenly that space is now filled with more abundance, gratitude, joy, compassion, grace, more patience. You see things that you didn't see before because you have moved through the fog. Sometimes the fog is just all the emotions that we're trying to resist, and we can't see clearly when we're standing in the fog, right? When you stand in fog, you can only see about 10 feet in front of you. And when we stop resisting, when we just can be in the fog without trying to like hurry up and move through it, when we're just there and we let it settle, you can see more clearly. You can see the dew on the grass. You can see further in front of you. You can smell the air, the crisp air on a foggy dew morning. And you just are with it in the present moment. But a lot of us, right, we want to stay indoors those foggy, cold mornings. And oftentimes with our emotions, we want to like shut the door. Nope, don't want to feel those. I don't want to experience that. When we allow our fear to be the driver, when we tell ourselves to stay indoors, we don't go experience it. When we don't want to feel our emotions, we don't expand. We don't do the big bold thing because we don't want to experience the uncomfortable feelings. Well, if we're closing ourselves off from those parts of us, we're not going to be in the zone of abundance, because in order to be in the zone of abundance, we have to be willing to take action and move through the uncomfortability. Experience it in the moment. Use that uncomfortability as fuel to eject our emotions like a rocket ship. Can you just picture that for me for a second? You're being with the uncomfortable emotions, like embarrassment, fear of judgment, maybe being misunderstood. We're using that as fuel to project our bravery, to take bold action. Like, yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, but in order to get to that realm of abundance, you have to move through that. Because the more action you take towards your dreams and your goals, the more things compound and you start receiving, you start becoming a match for your dreams. You're showing the universe, God, I'm in the realm of abundance. I am here for it. I am ready. I have been taking action. I've been noticing the uncomfortability, moving through the uncomfortability, being with all parts of myself. And part of that abundance journey is being there for it all. I wasn't going to experience the amount of abundance of gratitude, joy, playfulness, fun that burlesque had for me if I was being in the realm of, negativity. If I allowed my limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, I'm going to fuck up, I'm going to embarrass myself, people are going to notice when I make a mistake, my timing's off, all the shit that I told myself, my ass is too small, I wish I had a bigger ass, I wish I had more bling on my outfit. Believe me, all the thoughts were there. If I allowed those things to attach themselves to my joy, I would have sucked the life out of it like a leech. All the joy, all the fun, all the playfulness would have dissipated. So yes, I noticed all those stories that were coming up for me the day of the show, and I moved my body. I was like, woo, shake this shit off, breathing it out, like feeling it, telling myself, girl, you're a fucking bomb, you're a badass, you're gonna do the damn thing, you're living in the zone of abundance. I was doing all that, moving it through my body, noticing the changes as I went from like limiting belief to fucking full on belief in myself. I have conviction. I'm doing this burlesque class. I'm gonna be half naked and half classy. Yeah, like there was all kinds of shit going through my head. And I moved it. Whew. I felt it all. And then I released it and I was like, yes, this is it. This is the realm of abundance. We are in the zone. I'm grateful. And when you go through that thing, you start taking that bold step and you start taking action, you will be in that zone as well, where you're like, oh my gosh. I mean, it could be a little as like going to get a Christmas tree and like decorating it, right? You thought, shit, I didn't realize this experience was going to be so beautiful and wonderful. And here we are. We're picking out the perfect tree. Yes, life has been stressful, but oh my goodness, I'm watching my kids put on the ornaments and putting their love towards that tree and making it beautiful. How expansive is that outlook? That's abundance. That's being in the joy. And I love that. I gotta take a breath. When I get going, like, whew, just feel so much energy within me. So many wonderful things happening, so many different mindset shifts and recoding beliefs. And the more action you take towards your goals and your dreams, it just amplifies. And you continue to build the confidence and you become the testimony of like, fuck yes energy. I'm a badass. I get shit done. I'm a goddess. I receive. I'm sensual because I can soften in order to receive, right? When we are taking action, we also need to soften afterwards. We need to allow ourselves a break to receive the energy, to actually enjoy what we've done. We have to rest and be in goddess energy, being able to receive and be in the joy of the abundance zone. Like, yes, I just want to stand here and watch my babies decorate the tree. I want to acknowledge the amazing steps that I have taken for myself. And I'm talking about you, not me. Like, this is you. You know, you standing, holding yourself, hugging yourself, and just fucking giving yourself that credibility of I just accomplished A, B, and C. Wow, what a testimony I am that I truly can make moves. Momentum will occur when you do this, when you're able to soften and just acknowledge all the amazing great things and be in that abundance, being able to celebrate what you've accomplished and done, even the smallest little fucking steps, okay? It could be getting out of bed, sister. I got out of bed today. I did it. I did the dishes today. I didn't have a panic attack today. You know, I fucking rocked my accomplishment list today. I went to work. I spent more time with my kids. We read before bedtime. I fucking brushed my teeth, flossed them, and did my facial routine. You know, celebrate all those things. I felt like I had more patience today with my kids. Fuck yes, I'm doing it. It might not be every day that you're going to have that amount of patience, but hey, let's acknowledge the days where you do have even 10% extra. That's amazing. When you notice you're not in the zone of abundance, think about, okay, what do I need to do to get back there? Where do I need to shift my mindset so that I can see things from a place of gratitude? Where can I shift things so that I am achieving my goal and dreams and the things that I want to pivot for myself or my kids, my relationship, and my life. Where can I spend more time just being very mindful and in the moment? Am I in too much of the doing mode rather than the being mode? Am I softening enough to be in the moments, to really receive? This really is helpful when you are outside of the zone, when you are frustrated, angry, you're seeing things from lack, being able to identify where you can pivot so that you can expand your vision. What things are going really well right now? And can I place my focus on that? Where am I trying to control rather than trust? When we release perfectionism, which, perfectionism leads to frustration when things aren't going well, right, or perfect, and you want to try to control things. When you release that perfectionism, you can step into that zone of abundance. Allow things to unfold as they will. And in that time, I'm going to be joyful, excited, and surprised, and I'm going to make things fun and flirty and playful. And when you are living in that zone of abundance, you live life like you see in the movies. When you watch a movie of what's a good example? Bad Moms Christmas. Perfect fucking example, right? You see all the moms outside of the zone of abundance. They are fucking stressed out. They're frustrated. They're trying to make things perfect. Well, you have one mom who's like, no, I just want to be at ease and flow. Emilia Kumis, I think I'm saying her name correctly. She's like in the zone of abundance. Her mom comes along, and her mom is not in the zone of abundance. In order for her mom to be in the zone of abundance, she has to have things perfect. So she takes down all the lights in the house, puts up new lights, gets this giant tree from Paris, and also thinks that the meaning of Christmas is how cool the gifts are and how great of a carol singer you are. And she just is her frequency is just completely different than her daughters, who just really wanted a very relaxed, playful Christmas, one with ease, family time, no stress. And her mom comes in and fucking bulldozes all over it, knocks everything down. Out of the zone they go. So they're fighting and they're disagreeing and they're arguing and the kids are stressed out. Things are out of the zone of abundance for sure. And it takes a huge, dismantling of the mother and the daughter to realize the true meaning of what Christmas is, which is connection, love, and family. Each mom in that movie has their own issue with their mom, but in the end, they all get back into that zone of abundance, of, releasing perfectionism, releasing their idea of what Christmas should be, and really jumping on the frequency of what their daughters and their family believes in. We can create our life the way we want it to, from a place of pleasure, excitement, joy, and sensuality, rather from this place of stress and fear, anger, and frustration. We have this power to process our emotions in such a healthy and loving way. And that is also the zone of abundance. When you're not taking your frustration and anger out on someone else, you're going within yourself and loving yourself and having compassion to work through those emotions and feelings. And that is the zone of abundance as well, because it does come from a place of love and tenderness. That way of processing is wholesome. And you're going to go through various emotions as you do reach your goals. You might be coming from a place of, lack one day where you just wake up and you're just like, I'm down on myself. I'm not feeling good about myself. I wish I had more energy. I wish the kids would stop yelling. I can't fucking even focus on anything. You're going to have those days. But when you create a plan on those days, how can I still be in that zone of abundance? How, maybe it's, today instead of waking up early and trying to make a whole ass breakfast that I have no energy for, I'm going to make a smoothie and I'm going to have fun with it. I'm going to add a little bit of chocolate chips to my smoothie this morning. I'm going to add a little coconut sprinkles. I'm going to add a little side of honey. You're going to play. You're going to play with it. And you can still be, a little cranky that the kids are not listening because you're making a memory of it. You're like, okay, this is like a movie. I'm going to have fun, put on some music, make a smoothie. Sure, I'm a little cranky, but I'm just going to notice it. The kids are yelling in the background. All right, they're playing at least. They're not arguing, so that's a bonus. And fuck yeah, I'm going to be in that abundance. And I love that. And it's like, why not strive to be in that zone? That's where I want to be. On even the days where I'm like, okay, my past self used to describe this as the worst day possible and I would have laid in bed all day long. But this new version of me says, no, this version of me is going to acknowledge it. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to do some breathing and then I'm going to get back to it. I'm going to pick one thing to work on that is aiming towards my goals, my dream, creating success, whatever that means to you. The place of abundance is also a sensual experience. As I've described, love is very sensual. Joy, the feeling of joy in the body and how the body buzzes and you're smiling from ear to ear and there's tears filling in your eyes because you're just so fucking joyful. Our emotions are a very sensual experience. So when you're in the zone of abundance, that sensual experience is amplified. Perhaps you've envisioned a moment and you've used your imagination and you've visualized how you look when you're going to receive the award or the promotion, or you got a bonus check. Like you've been visualizing, magnetizing money, and you imagine what it's like, right? You see yourself. You focus on the touch, what you are hearing, what you're wearing when you achieve that thing, and then it happens. And it's like the zone of abundance is amplified because you have envisioned this and holy fuck, it's happening. Yes. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm here right now. I'm giving this speech. I'm receiving this award, the promotion. My kid is graduating and we've worked so hard and I can't believe this is happening. And hey, I had no cavities at the dentist because I've been working so hard and I've just been envisioning this moment of him telling me that I am cavity free. Oh, yes. That feeling of joy and gratitude is amplified. I'll give a really good example. When my joy is amplified at that burlesque show, when the performance is over and we're all standing and people are clapping and cheering and standing ovation, and it was just holy fuck, oh my god, hold the pose, but I'm so excited, I just want to jump up and down and woo jow and be my excited self, and I just have to hold the pose, and then I walk off and I'm just like, yes, and all the gals are just like, yay, cheering, like we did it, oh my god, we did an amazing job. And then it goes, well, I did make a few mistakes, and like, okay, you see the zone of abundance went, whoop, the zone of abundance went from like a 10 to a 7. You see, we were celebrating, we were so excited, we were just so brave, and we made the bold move, and then it went to 7. Well, I did make a mistake toward the end, and yeah, so did I, but we weren't like putting ourselves down around it, but you can tell, like, whoop, it dropped a little because we're now noticing our mistakes. And then as soon as we start noticing mistakes, we start feeling like guilty, we didn't do it right, we should have worked harder, why did you do that? Like, all those thoughts can come creeping in. And I think in this case, the gals were just, hey, acknowledging. And that's okay to acknowledge it. It's okay to acknowledge, fuck, I worked my ass off. Yeah, I made a mistake here or two, but I'm a fucking human. It's gonna happen. That doesn't make my bold action any less. It doesn't make my bravery diminished because I made a mistake in my dance routine. It doesn't diminish the accomplishment that you just fucking had. And that's where we have to like be mindful of that. Like, yes, it's okay to acknowledge, because when we acknowledge where we need to grow and where we need to do better, we elevate, right? That is part of the lesson. It's part of the journey. But we want to stay in the zone of abundance and be like, yes, that happened, and fuck yes, that was the shit. I can't fucking wait to do it again. Oh my gosh, that just happened. Like, oh my, like, right? I want to do burlesque again. I want to continue dancing. I love dancing. I love moving my body. And you might find something where maybe in your past you loved something and something happened. Someone made fun of you. You had negative thoughts about yourself. You didn't believe in yourself, or other people didn't believe in you. And you said, fuck that, I'm never doing it again. And you watched the zone of abundance go from a 10 down to a fucking 2, where you only do it in private. You don't mention it. You don't talk about it. It's just kind of buried within you. And if that's the case for you, what is that thing? And are you willing to pick it up again? Are you willing to relearn that thing? Are you willing to put yourself out there? That would be amazing for you to amplify yourself, elevate. I want you to be in that zone of abundance, to be in gratitude, and just fucking be having a life of pleasure and fun and sensuality and fuck yes energy. That is why I'm calling 2025 my unfucking stoppable year. I'm going all in. I ain't tiptoeing anymore, baby. I'm going in. Like, I am diving deep, and I want you to dive deep too. And that is why I have this new Telegram offer for you mamas who are like, fuck yes, I want to do this damn thing. Let's go. I want to fucking tackle my limiting beliefs. I want to get support with my mindset. I want to regulate my nervous system so I can achieve my goals and follow my dreams. It is starting January 2nd. It's going down. Every week I'm providing a meditation, a mindfulness practice, breath work, riffs on limiting beliefs, stories, recoding, and mindset. I have a whole slew of topics that I want to talk about the month of January. And this offer is only $22.20, y'all. Like, literally, that is your coffee budget. So, $111 a month. That's $22.20 a week. If you are down, you want to get in here with me as I'm making fucking changes for 2025. We are elevating unfucking stoppable year of 2025. DM me at I am Melanie Caroline. Please join me and the other women in there who are taking brave and bold moves. I would hope to see y'all. I hope this podcast episode did something for you. I hope it stirred some energy. I hope it helped you contemplate where you can be in the zone of abundance, where you can have more gratitude in your life, where you can amplify and experience love, play, and sensuality, and really start unboxing yourself. Really start noticing all your emotions. Stop stuffing shit away, okay? Because it is all within you, whether you want to admit it or not. It doesn't matter how far you fucking bury it. It is all within you, and you need to allow it to move you, move your body, amplify that zone of abundance and creativity and love and joy and gratitude, and understanding that your life is a movie and you are the fucking director. You get to create where you want to be in that zone of abundance. So I love you, mamas. I hope you have a Merry fucking Christmas. And just a PS to you, this is going to be the last podcast of the year. I'm coming back strong that second week of January, because, I'm going to take some holiday time to reground, recenter, plan for next year. I'm coming back to season 2. Oh my God, season fucking 2. I cannot believe it. I'm like literally saying that out loud for the first time, and I'm like, So excited. Um, so thank you so much for being here with me. I love you all. Please DM me at I am Melanie Caroline if you are interested in joining us in Telegram 2025 starting January. I love you, mamas, and don't forget to live a liberated, sensual, and unboxed life. Until the next time, sunshine. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of Moms Unboxed. If you have a topic or relationship question, connect with me at I am Melanie Caroline. And don't forget to follow Moms Unboxed. May you live a liberated, sensual, and unboxed life. Until the next time, sunshine.